And biographer Ingrid Seward, who joins us now. Really good to see you this morning, Ingrid. Let's talk about Catherine. Should we? The Princess of Wales could be back to full duties by the autumn. This would be wonderful news.
Well, I actually don't think she is going to be back to full-time duties by the autumn. I think that's how I read it. But in fact, I think what they were saying, this is a report by the Daily Mail's royal editor, Rebecca English, is that Catherine is still recovering and she's still having treatment, but she doubts whether she'll be back to full-time duties, but we will be seeing her. So we will be, seeing her at big royal events, and she'll, if she's up to it, she will, appear now and then, but most of her work will be done from home because she's still having the cancer treatment. And as she said way back in the summer, she has good days and she has bad days.
Yeah, and we can all understand that, can't we? But it does make such a difference, doesn't it, to catch glimpses of her and seeing her and William this week congratulating the GB athletes after the success at the Olympics. It really does make all the difference just to see her, doesn't it?
It certainly does. And I think, she wants to get out there, but I don't think she's going to be back at the daily chore of royal duties, visiting hospitals, things like that. I don't think she'd be strong enough to do that. But, she looks terrific. We know she's had a brutal year, in fact, probably much, much worse than any of us can imagine. And so she's, doing what her doctors are telling her. She's taking it very gently. I'm sure she wants to go full steam ahead, but she is being restrained, as it were.
Well, yeah, quite right too. I've got to ask you, Ingrid, because you're a no-nonsense lady, if you don't mind me saying. What do you make of the stubble?
Well, I think he looks rather good with the stubble. I am not a fan of beards, but he's young, and I think he looks pretty good with it. He doesn't have much hair on his head, so he might as well have a bit of hair on his chin. So it deflects his lack of hair on his head. And also, William is incredibly tall. So if you're standing near him, you do not notice that he's thinning on top. So I think the beard is a huge success.
Well, it's as well to do it now while it's still got colour. No, because if I grew a beard, that'd be white.
Would it?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Terrifying, scary.
Well, it certainly did divide people. Something else that divides people is the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. They're on the first day of their 4-day visit to Colombia. What do you make of it, Ingrid?
Well, I think it is... Actually, I really do think it is done with good intentions. The vice president of Colombia is someone called Franca Marquez, and she is the first Afro-Colombian to be in a governmental position. And she invited them because she wanted to bring attention to equality, racism, gender issues, all the things that the Sussexes claim to be, interested in promoting. So it made sense. And also, of course, it's hugely beneficial for bringing attention to what's going on in Colombia. People just think of Colombia as a country of drug cartels and rioting and rebel sort of villains. But it has that too, but it is the most beautiful, beautiful country. And I think it was very clever of Franca to invite the Sussexes. Of course, they're being used to promote the country, but in a way, it's probably symbiotic. They're probably getting a bit of use out of it as well. So I think it's probably quite a good thing. It's not a royal door. It's nothing to do with royalty. And this is rather sadly what the Queen hoped they might do for her in the Commonwealth, but was not to be. So it's up to them. I think, let them, they'll be surrounded with security.
Well, they will. Yeah, they certainly will. Ingrid, really good to see you this morning. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Now, Britain's